Hey everybody, this is JBism49.
And PrometheusMFD, the derp!
And from one overplayed Zelda game, we go straight into another. This is The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
That's revenge for going Hulk Hogan on me. May just skip a beat. Yes, A Link to the Past, another game that I have failed to do an LP for.
As in, actually have a failed LP of.
Yeah. This was a very good Zelda
Game thing.
It was, what, the first foray into the SNES era?
Yes.
And then they remade it into The Legend of Zelda DX on the Game Boy Advance, which was paired up with
Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past with
Four Swords Adventures.
with Four Swords, yeah.
No, it's not Four Swords. Four Swords Adventures was the GameCube title,
Yep.
which I've also played.
So, unlike predecessors like the original Legend of Zelda on the NES, and successors such as Ocarina of Time on the N64, this game actually has aged well.
Yes. Part of it is that 16-bit sprites really don't go out of style.
Look at that, Mode 7.
I know, right?
It's amazing.
Hey, it's the king. I don't think we
Yep.
ever see him again, do we? Aghanim. Aghanim! So yeah, Aghanim's totally not Ganondorf.
No, actually, he totally isn't.
For this is before, Ganondorf. Gosh, there really isn't much to say about this.
Really, it's a very simple story.
But it started the themes. The major themes.
Basically,
for all the Zelda
Aghanim's
games.
going around and, basically making the, granddaughters of the 7 wise men vanish into a mystical dimension where, he will then record royalty gone wild.
Really, that's the joke you're
Yes.
going with?
You know what the joke I'm going for in the file name?
Who am I?
I told you would like it.
That's pretty good.
I was gonna go fuck I, but I'm like, no, that's unoriginal.
It is now. Oh man. Well, oh yeah. So a lot of the other Zelda games kind of call back to this.
Yes.
Ocarina of Time, the Seven Sages, and a lot of the music, because this has really good music. This codified like the Hyrule Castle theme, the Dark World theme, just all this stuff that's, redone in later
This was
Zelda games.
also the first game to introduce the Master Sword.
It is.
Because previously in the original Legend of Zelda, it was magical sword and white magical sword.
Yeah.
Because stuff. Why does your uncle have blue hair? I don't get
You gotta
that.
have blue hair. Why does Link have pink hair?
Because off sprite.
Yes, the sword. It's the first of 3 in this game.
4.
4. This game also was the first to introduce the lantern, which is a useful little item, allowing you to see in the darkness and to light up.
This was the first game to have torch puzzles.
Yes. And the lantern really didn't get a 3D version until Twilight
Actually,
Princess.
wasn't there Is it? No, I'm thinking of the damn candle.
Yeah.
In the NES titles. Never mind.
Yeah, the candle was... I believe those were single-use items. I don't quite remember. It's been a long time since I've played the first Zelda game. This one also really kind of solidified the top-down perspective for the 2D games. Because prior to this, we had Zelda 2, Link's Adventure of Link.
Which was, like, a platformer hybrid thing, which...
It was interesting.
It was an interesting diversion.
But this is what solidified the theme of having the top-down perspective.
Something that would be continued in the Game Boy titles.
If you really look into it, you can find a lot of influence of the later series in this.
Look at me, I'm taking the slower but safer way. Speed running, what's that?
Did this one also introduce enemy rooms where you have to kill the enemy before being able to advance, or was that in the first one as well?
That might have been in the first one, but I didn't finish that.
Oh.
So, I don't know.
Well then.
Maybe someone in the comments can confirm! Or something. Look at this pointless room. Just great design.
Well, I think it's supposed to represent Link going really deep under the castle.
Alright. First actual tough enemy. Right here.
It's too easy.
It's tough unless you know to throw 2 pots at him.
He was defeated by Pot. Just like Washington and Colorado states.
I'm afraid that is a joke that we're going to have to repeat.
Oh, man. This was also the first one that gave out heart containers, or pieces of heart as opposed to heart containers.
Yes, there's a lot of stuff that we take for granted in the Zelda franchise now that was introduced in this game.
It's the first to have arrows as its own separate item.
Yep. Fuck you, NES Zelda, with your arrows costing rupees. Like, you have to buy the arrow, and then it costs rupees to fire the arrows. So it's ripping you off after you've already bought the item?
Well, no, because you didn't buy any arrows in that game. They were just pulled from your rupees. So I think it's Link fashioning... Either Link's fashioning arrows out of the rupees themselves, or it's just saying, hey, off-screen Link bought X amount of arrows, where X is the amount of arrows you used for 1 rupee each.
It seems to be a lot of stuff to take place off-screen.
I don't care. It was an NES title.
Right, yes, I know where to go, damn it.
Only everyone and their mother has played this game.
This title, unlike Ocarina of Time, actually deserves to be overplayed on YouTube and such.
Yeah. I can understand that sentiment. But should it?
It depends. It depends on whether Let's Plays are your thing.
Yeah. Because this is definitely the one of the more linear 2D Zelda titles.
That being said, the Dark World really doesn't have a particular order to it.
No.
I mean the levels are numbered, but after the first one, you can almost go in any order.
Yeah.
Almost.
But this is more linear than the first two, which first one you could definitely do in any order. Adventure of Link, you kind of were railroaded a bit.
So, I have a question for you. What the hell kind of throne room has a secret passageway that leads to the sewers?
Well, think about it. It's an underground place where very few people would go. Be a great secret escape, which is what you're using it for.
But it's a sewer. It's gotta be the stankest throne room ever.
I really don't think they care if they're escaping for their lives. It's not like they're holding processions down here. All hail the king and watch your step. This is also the first one to have the presence of the Hyrule royal family present.
Yes, that's
the first
right.
one
Pull the right switch. The left one just brings down more enemies.
Cause like the first game, it was just Zelda.
Blah blah blah.
And then the second one, it was just the first Zelda, Comatose.
So this is the sanctuary. In this here chest is the only actual heart container that isn't related to bosses or heart pieces.
Yes.
Right. Rather than faffing about and going to Kakariko Village and doing all this bullshit, I say fuck that. I'm heading straight for the first dungeon.
That's fine. This game, a lot of games after this, even like the more Wind Waker stylized based ones, still pull from, you know, the art themes of this. Just like the way the rocks and the trees look, and the having the knights look the way they do.
So while we're headed to the first dungeon, as this was a game released in the 90s, this game had several changes made from the Japanese version for release in America.
Ah, yes.
The original title of the game was Triforce of the Gods.
Can't have gods in our American video
And the
game. People
sanctuary
get mad.
in the Japanese version was actually a church. And Aghanim, instead of just being a wizard, was actually a priest.
Oh, nice.
So all those are like Nintendo of America's like religion. Fuck that.
Yeah, a lot, like everything at the time was reluctant to have any religious.
But Nintendo of America was
Imagery at
notorious for changing
anything.
shit like that.
Also, I love how you're protected by stairs.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Granted, you know, programming is probably either that or just not have stairs. Ah, yes, the ballroom.
Yes. I could have speed ran that, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm at kind of lower health than I want to be, because I kind of got hit there.
Wait, you're supposed to use those cubby holes like that? I just always dodged back and forth.
That's what I usually do, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take it the safe route this time.
Due to, LP luck.
Yeah.
LPL.
Well, if you notice, I went into this dungeon with a heart and a half out of 4. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not taking any goddamn chances.
I think this is the first one to have picking up and throwing pots.
Yes. Or in fact, picking up and throwing anything.
Yeah.
Alright, I know there's skeleton guys here. They're not exactly Stalfos, but they'll do. When are you gonna... Oh, there you are, you pieces of shit.
They were defeated by Pot.
Yes. I told you that it wasn't the last time we were gonna make that joke.
It also has, like, semi-complex patterns for their enemies.
Fuck the compass.
We don't need that shit here.
In fact, the map in this dungeon is so worthless, I don't even know where the fuck it is.
I'm having a hard time remembering myself.
It's because, it's on the right-hand side of the dungeon, and if you take the upper path.
Right, this one also had upper and lower path, like, height differences.
Yes.
Or whatever. Again, something that became a staple in the 2D games.
Ah, you piece of shit.
Because they were able to better represent, different, you know, they had the higher range of colors.
Yes.
So you could have the slanted walls without it just blending in.
As you see here.
Yes.
With the lighter shade of blue being higher than the darker shade of blue.
You also got bubbles, you got the jumping skeletons.
Bubbles are the most annoying fucking things.
You have the Cyclops statue guys, which I don't know their names.
Cyclops pieces of shit.
Sure, why not? Let's go with that.
Oh, shit, I threw that too early.
You totally fucked that up.
I threw it too early. Come over here, you piece of shit. Oh, shit. And the big key!
Dodging. It's a big key in this?
Yes. Because the big key not only opens the boss door, but opens the dungeon item chest.
Ah, yes. That's something that's only for, like, the first 3 dungeons, though.
No, that's in every dungeon.
Is it?
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, what do I know? I haven't beaten the game either.
Don't assume you know everything. Jesus.
I know everything there is to know about anything.
Which is why you're included in these videos.
Yes. It's not for my charm or stunning good looks.
We got the bow, which this is like the... Are there any other Zelda games in which you can get arrows before you get the bow?
Ocarina of Time.
How so? Glitching?
I don't quite remember. I know you can do it, though. But I'm, like, blanking on it. This is also one of the few games where you can get the bow this early.
Yes. This is, in fact, the first actual dungeon's item. I say first actual dungeon because Hyrule Castle had the boomerang.
That it did. Oh, this also introduced, no, the boomerang was in the first one, never mind. Right?
Yep. I'm like, okay, how am I gonna go about doing this here? Damn it! I kept doing that. I kept throwing the damn pots too early. Right, hit this switch.
That was another ballroom.
Yep.
And then, I think this one also introduced the first non-boss item-specific enemies.
Such as these red variations of those Cyclops things here. You can only kill these things with arrows.
Oh yeah, didn't this also include introduce the spin attack?
Yes.
Just a cacophony of information tonight.
It's incredible, isn't it? Oh, shit. Why didn't you friggin' turn? I could have sworn I hit right on the D-pad. Oh, whatever.
So are you playing this virtual console or
Virtual
emulated?
console.
Ah, yes. What a concept.
Yep. Speaking of concepts, let's have 6 Armos Knights and fight them.
Oh, this is totally Reznor.
it pretty much is Reznor, except it's 6 instead of 4.
And it's also a bit harder.
Yeah.
You can actually lose to this boss, and so people would be like, "Yeah, I can see that."
Pretty much.
But it's like, how the fuck do you lose to Reznor?
You don't get off the damn bridge in time.
Ah, yes, and the last one's like, "Hey, those are
How
my
you
friends!"
doing? I just want a hug. To kill each of these Armos Knights, it's either 3 arrows, or if you're unfortunate enough to run out of arrows, I do believe it takes 5 sword strikes.
Oh, it's annoying. Don't run out of arrows.
Yeah. Oh look, I got a grenade on string. Or something.
So one thing Ocarina of Time did that
You're gonna have to wait on
Yeah.
that because we are out of time.
Damn.
See you in part 2.